Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all.
All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It's like you can hear it all throughout the store.
This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, you know I'm on my lunch break. You know it's Sushi Thursday. I can't show y'all the order, but I'm here at NickiG about to make an order after I finish this video. First story up. How y'all doing today? Let me ask. Let me not be rude. How the Roxstars feeling today? Hopefully you guys are feeling pretty good. You know me, the drill, work, all that. First story. Let's talk about Nikki Gilbert. Nikki Gilbert, formerly of Brownstone. You guys know who she is. We know that Nikki Gilbert had been in a long-standing face-off with the creators and the producers and the studio that puts out P-Valley, I think it's Lionsgate. I think that they were the ones that was named in the lawsuit. But anyway, she's been in this lawsuit, trying to get a lawsuit for copyright infringement against the show P-Valley. Okay, remember she was telling us a while back that P-Valley creators had stole the idea and pretty much a whole bunch of characters and whatnots from her play Soul Kittens Cafe. Now, I haven't seen Soul Kittens Cafe in full. I've seen a couple of little of clips. But there are many of you guys out there who have seen the whole play. And, you know, it kind of depends on who you ask. Some people say that, yes, it is very similar to her play. And then there are others that'll say, no, there's absolutely no similarities. I think one of the main similarities that they were trying to say was that there was a character that was in her play that was very much like Uncle Clifford from P-Valley. Okay. On top of other scenes and things from the show that she felt was from hers originally. So she's been having this copyright infringement lawsuit, and we weren't knowing for sure, but all we knew was that P-Valley was being held up in a bunch of negotiations, okay? We knew that the cast, after season 2 ended, we knew that the cast was kind of on hold, not really sure, not really saying whether or not they were coming back. And I think many of us was kind of led to believe that part of the reason why they were having problems coming back to season 3 is because of this lawsuit. Okay. But I don't even know if that's true, because we also knew that there were some issues with the P-Valley creators and the Stars Network. And them feeling like Stars was not treating them or wasn't giving them the attention that was needed because they focused so much of their attention on like the Power series. I kind of remember reading something like that. So we didn't really know what was going on. But if you ask Nikki Gilbert, she was kind of leading us all to believe that it was because of her copyright lawsuit, and that, you know, it was basically it was going through the process because it was going to become this whole big court case. Well, fast forward to yesterday, we found out that she did not get the trial that she wanted, and that the lawsuit was dismissed, which wasn't that surprising to me, because I don't know, I just had a feeling that it wasn't going to happen, because just from the clips that I saw, I didn't really see the similarities. But like I said, I didn't see the whole play. I just kind of felt like Nikki was kind of selling us a dream and making it seem like, because it was being held up the way that it was, that, you know, she was the reason. We also knew some of the reason why it also got delayed so much is because after season 2, and none of the actors, you know, had been renewed, or the whole show hadn't been renewed or whatever on their contract, the other actors started to get other jobs, you know, and they were main actors from the show, started to secure other jobs, because I mean, this is their livelihood. They've got to work, you know. So then I think once they was able to settle whatever the issues were with Stars, then I think there was also then a scheduling problem, because now we've got the guy who plays, I don't even remember, Murda, is that his name? I don't even remember their names anymore. I mean, I'm sure once I watch the show, it'll all come back, but you guys know, but like a few of them had gone on to do other things. And so now it was just like, okay, we got to bring them back. But when is everybody going to be freed from whatever new commitments that they have, you know, to come back? So anyway, long story short, they told her, no, we ain't doing no damn lawsuit. We ain't going to court. We dismissing it. On top of that, she has been ordered to pay somewhere around $600,000 in legal and lawyer fees for the other, you know, for the defense, which would be the P-Valley creators in the show and the studio and all of that. So terrible. This is not good, you know. And they did get Nikki did go on her live yesterday, and she was just saying how terribly disappointed that she was, you know, that this happened and that they were not giving up. And I was just like, girl, are you sure you want to keep on doing this? Okay, like, I don't want you to be bankrupt trying to continue on appealing this case. I mean, I guess appealing is like a normal part of the process and everything, but I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen for her. And her continue, you know, while she's in appeal, she still has to pay the $600,000. And I mean, I ain't in Nikki's pockets like that, you know, but what else is Nikki doing, really? You know, what else is she doing where she's got that kind of money just laying around to be given to somebody else, you know, for their legal and lawyer fees? So, you know, it's too bad. It's too bad. A lot of people yesterday was reaching out to me, and, you know, a couple of rock stars and I was talking, and, you know, people were saying how they felt bad for her, and then other people didn't. I'm kind of landing on the I don't feel bad for Nikki side, you know, because not necessarily anything to do with the show. It's just that I don't really like Nikki Gilbert. I just, you know, she left a bad taste in my mouth from that reality show that she was on when she was on R&B Divas, and I just have never been able to get back around. I've never been able to loop the block, y'all. I ain't never been able to get back around to her. And so, like, every time I see her, I just be like, ugh, you know. But, you know, as somebody who fancies themselves as a writer, you know, I will say that it has to be a horrible feeling to feel like somebody stole your idea. Not only stole your idea, but made your idea better and successful in their own name. So, I mean, I know that has got to be frustrating for her, because if she truly feels like that's what they did, then yeah, I guess the writer in me, I just tickle myself when I say that, but I guess the writer in me does understand how heartbreaking and gut-wrenching that shit can be. So, I mean, you know, maybe I need to watch this damn Soul Kittens Cafe, and then I could really give you guys a better feel on it. But in the meantime, for those of you guys who have seen Soul Kittens Cafe, have seen the show P-Valley, you guys let me know whether or not you believe that the creators of P-Valley did steal her ideas, like flat out stole her ideas and made it into something else. Okay, y'all let me know what you think about that. And next story. All right, you guys, next story up. Even though we ain't talking about the Olympics anymore, we kind of talking about the Olympic people. Well, we talking about Simone Biles today, you guys. Simone Biles, you know, she is the most decorated gymnast in the Olympic history for the women. It just so happens to be a black woman, so that's just a little icing on the cake, you know. Mwah! One of those. I don't want to mess up my lipstick, you guys, but we know who Simone Biles is. Who we did not know was her mother, Shannon Biles. Okay, we did know the story, though. We knew that when Shannon Biles was younger, and she was the mother to Simone Biles and her siblings, it was very apparent that Shannon Biles was not going to be able to take care of her kids. She was an addict on drugs and alcohol, and she was having a hard time raising her children. Her father did not want her to be coming in and out of the house with all of that drama. I mean, you guys already know how that goes. You don't have to know this story to know the story of an addict, okay? And how it can completely just throw your whole family life just off the rails, right? So the father did not want to deal with it. The father being Simone Biles' grandfather, okay? So he pretty much, after a whole bunch of drama, I guess, that went on with Shannon Biles, he ended up putting her out, not dealing with her any longer, and she did not have the help that she needed, and she was still an addict, so she ended up having to give up her children to foster care. And I don't know how many kids that she had. I only know of Simone Biles and her younger sister, Adria, I think is how you say her name. So they all went into the foster care system, and then the grandparents of Simone Biles, you know, they would visit her with their foster family and all of that, and eventually they decided that they wanted to adopt Simone and her sister. Now, the grandparents ended up adopting Simone and her sister, and then the other siblings, again, I don't know if it's boys or girls or how many or any, whatever that is, but the grandfather's sister in Cleveland ended up taking custody of those kids. So we already kind of knew that story, and you guys know that Simone Biles now just calls her grandparents her parents, because they were the ones that took her in, and they pretty much, you know, I think she got adopted by them when she was 5 or 6 years old. So those are the parents that she knows. She calls them her mom and her dad. Now we are starting to hear from Shannon Biles, which is her biological mother. And she is speaking out and saying how she actually would like to have a relationship with her daughter, that she is very proud of her daughter, but that she knows that she would never reach out to her, even though this is kind of like this is still like a low-key way of reaching out to her and letting her know that the mother is open and wants to talk to her. It's a very difficult situation, you guys. Like, when you start talking on family matters and things like this, I don't know what my opinion would be. I mean, it's understandable that a woman who, you know, I know that from the outside looking in, we're looking at Simone Biles, this person who is a medalist, who is celebrated, you know, very popular, Olympian, like all of the things that she's accomplished. From the outside looking in, it looks like the mother is just trying to jump on the bandwagon now, you know, and just trying to get in now that Simone has accomplished everything that she has. And what about all of the past years that Simone didn't have the mother there? But I will also tell you that, you know, it could also be very easily a case of a mother who now regrets many of her decisions, is now clean and sober, and wants to have a relationship with their child. You know, I can respect the fact that she said, I'm not going to reach out to her. I'm going to let her and her sister come to me. And then I would apologize to her and ask them, you know, if we can move forward. Like, there's nothing I can do about the past, but can we move forward? So, I mean, I can appreciate that. Of course, I know that Simone, it ultimately matters how Simone feels about it. You know, she's the one that's been through it, her and her sister and her siblings. They're the ones that have been through it. They went through the foster care system. You know, thank God the grandparents was able to get them out early. You know, they weren't in there long and all, and the grandparents were always around and all, but ultimately it depends on what Simone wants. You know, it's not even really any of our business whether or not they decide to work it out. And if she does decide to work it out with her mother, then that's great. If she just decides not to work it out with her mother, well, you know what? That's just that's just one of those life lessons that the mom is going to have to swallow. But as an outsider looking in, you know, we can't really say, oh, she just trying to do that. You know, it's easy to say that, but, you know, there are people who just really genuinely regret doing what they did to their children, and then, you know, wanting to make amends. So I understand everybody. Like, I understand why people think the way that they think about the mom, but I also can see, you know, if the mom was really truly being genuine, her wanting to do something about the relationship with her daughter. And of course it's easy for her to do it now. I mean, she sees her daughter all over TV, you know. So of course that has to weigh on your conscience too. If you really are genuine in trying to do something, it's just like, you know, how is it that I'm sitting here watching my daughter on TV? You know, why am I not trying to talk to her? Why am I not trying to get a relationship? So it's a very convoluted, I mean, that's something that a counselor, a therapist, you know, family counselor and all that needs to be involved if they do decide to go there. But again, if Simone decides that she doesn't want to have the relationship with her mother, that's just up to Simone and her sister and the rest of her siblings. Okay. And side note, while we talking about Simone, my advice to Simone is, girl, stop responding to these people on social media. I mean, I know that Simone is kind of one of those, she gonna talk back. If you say something to her, she's gonna say something back. But I'm just like, girl, just don't even get caught up with the trolls and all that, because people always got something to say. You know, you can't spend your time just always responding, you know. But I still do love Simone, and you know, I guess Simone's just like, bitch, you ain't nobody fixing to be running me over and telling me what to do about my man, my hair, my purse that I carry, my parents, my grandparents, my siblings, nothing. All right. So I mean, I guess we can Simone was like, honey, either get with it or get on. So that's what that is there. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think about that. Any of you guys have been in this same similar type of situation? I mean, I don't know if any of you guys are Olympians or anything, but have you been in a situation where you had a parent that's tried to amend a relationship that went bad, you know, because of addiction issues, and you've ended up in the system, but now your parent has returned and wants to have that relationship? You guys can weigh in the comments, you know, let us know your experience with that. Okay, and next story. All right, you guys, so next story up, we got a lawsuit of sorts, you guys. So WNBA player Derica Hamby, she is suing her former team, which would be the Las Vegas Aces, and the WNBA league as a whole for discriminating against her. Okay, so she said back in, I think, 2022, you know, after they had just won their championship, and you know, it was the whole big celebration celebrating the team, and then I guess after that they all had negotiated new contracts. She had just signed on a new contract extension, and everything was good. Okay, a couple of weeks after she had signed her contract, she let them know that she is pregnant. And she said once she told them that she was pregnant, that everybody started to treat her differently. Now, in her contract, they had agreed that they were going to pay her daughter's tuition, school tuition, and they had agreed to her using the WNBA, like the team housing. All right, I guess there's housing that the WNBA provides for some of the players. Okay, that was part of her contract. That's what they had negotiated and signed to. Okay, so they had told her that they were not doing any of that any longer, and she didn't understand why. Well, apparently they are saying that the coach told her that, you know, that they were upset with her. What was the coach's name, you guys? Did I get the coach's name? I don't know if I got the coach's name, but they're saying that the coach said that the league or the NBA team, you know, the owner and all that, was upset with her for getting pregnant because, you know, she was supposed to take steps to keep that from happening. You're on this team. They expect you to be able to play. You can't play with your full belly. And she also says that the team went on to the White House, you know, when the team wins, and the White House invites them down, and they told her that she couldn't go. And next thing she knew, she had been traded to the LA Sparks. So she currently plays for LA Sparks, from what I understand. But she is suing about this whole situation because she ended up having her son. But she says that she says that the team discriminated against her. And then she says that the league did not penalize the team or do anything about the fact that the team was treating her this way, because she also had let the league know. As a matter of fact, the league didn't do anything about it until she had said, she had talked about it on her social media. That is when an internal investigation was done, and they found that, yeah, maybe there were some things that was done incorrectly with the coach. And so they ended up suspending the coach, I think, for a couple of games without pay. But, you know, I guess they're saying that they did not discriminate against this girl in any other way, you know. So now she's suing. All right. And I understand. I totally understand, you guys. 2 games without pay don't really seem to be that much when you're talking about a girl who has, their child is not getting her tuition paid. She done been put out of her housing and then ultimately traded. Like the two don't equal, you know. So I understand why she is suing, and I believe she has a case there. Real rock star lawyers, y'all gonna let us know whether or not what I just told you. I'm sure there's probably other stuff in there too, but that's the main points right there. You guys let us know whether or not you feel like Derica has a case. Feels like she does, you guys. Feels like she does. Okay. Hold your head up, girl. Hope you get all you need and all you got coming back your way. All right. Next story. All right, you guys, next story up. So yesterday, I think when I got home from work, Mr. was like, Roxanne, did you hear that famous Amos died? And I was like, oh, no, I didn't hear that. But hell, I thought the man was... That's not nice to say, but I did not realize that he was still alive. I mean, famous Amos looked old back when I was young eating the cookies. The very delicious cookies, might I add, the chocolate chip. I just was a chocolate chip girl. I know some of you guys loved his pecan chocolate chip cookies and all of that. Yeah, I was just a chocolate chip girl. As a matter of fact, I'd like to have a famous Amos cookie right now, actually. Big back greedy. Apparently he did just recently pass, you guys. They say, his family says that he died of dementia. You guys familiar with famous Amos cookies? Let me give you a little history on famous Amos cookies. So apparently back in 1975, he started his cookie company, and he actually had a brick and mortar store in Los Angeles. I'm gonna have to ask my dad if he knew where that store was. Yeah, but anyway, he had the store in Los Angeles, and it did very well. It was very popular in the neighborhood that it was in, and people would go there frequently. But as businesses go, and management and small business and all of that, he started to, I guess, become overwhelmed, and it was starting to become, it looked like sales was kind of declining a little bit, and maybe he was having a hard time keeping up with everything. So he ended up selling his brand in the 80s sometime. However, he remained the face of the brand. And people still just remembered him, who he was, you know, for famous Amos. Kept a pretty low profile, I guess. He was still doing his cookie thing, but, you know, not under the famous Amos brand any longer, but still very much making his, you know, baking his cookies and things. He ended up moving to Hawaii and having a family there, or having a wife there. And that is where he passed, you guys. So they said that he died with his wife, Carol, peacefully, and they're asking that in lieu of gifts, flowers, things like that, that people make a donation to the Alzheimer's Association, you know, the organization, or any organization that has to deal with helping with Alzheimer's research. Okay, so yeah, I'm assuming that he died from Alzheimer's and dementia, Alzheimer's. But yeah, he was 88 years old, you guys. So definitely lived a full life. And the good thing about famous Amos is that his legacy lives on in his cookies, honey. Those cookies are still where it's at. Rest in peace to famous Amos. Mama named him Wally Amos. Rest in peace. All right, you guys. And then this is just a real quick, I don't even know. They're saying that Jennifer Williams, and see, I don't know if these stories be straight from, like, really what's going on, or if they be what's the shit that's happening on the show. Because I know that Basketball Wives is on the show. I mean, it's on the show right now. I mean, the show is on the air right now. So I don't even know if these kind of stories come up because of shit that's happened on the show, or if this is just what people are saying. Yet and still, they're saying that Jennifer Williams' new man is a scammer, just like all the other men that she's been with, and, you know, including the one who has landed himself in jail for murder of his own cousin, Tim from Welcome to Sweeties. Okay, yeah, I was like, Jennifer sure knows how to pick them, don't she? Now apparently she's with this 30-year-old guy. His name is Christian Gold, but they're saying that was not the name that his mama gave him. They say mama named him Christian Liddell Walden. Child, I think that's a typo. Shit, I hate when that happens. I can't, it says LaSalle, but I don't think that's what it was. I think it was Christian Liddell LaSalle Walden. Yeah, they say Christian has had quite the colorful life, okay, before he went to jail for 10 years. Now, I'm assuming that Jennifer knew that he was in jail for, well, he went to jail, I think they said for 7 years, but he had a 10-year sentence. So before he went to jail, you know, he was out there doing the most. They say that he was in jail for battery, family violence, and false imprisonment. Okay, so I mean, you can already put that story together in your head. He then got violent with some woman and would not let her leave, basically. Okay, and the woman probably was somebody of a romantic interest or not. But anyway, while he was in jail, he got saved, apparently. So when he came out and, you know, he wrote a book and now he's turned a new leaf, they say, and he's got all these legitimate businesses, they say, and, or he's had legitimate businesses, might not have them anymore. Most of them are dissolved. But you know, he's supposed to be on the up and up right now. And you see Jennifer Williams, and she seems to be very, very smitten. Just happy as, I mean, just happy as 2 peas in the fucking pod, you guys. And I was like, Jennifer, 30 years old? Oh, my God. Now, I done had discussions with y'all, with these men, with them young men and everything, and it's fine. You know, 30 years old, he's still grown, you know, so it's not like she's with somebody that's 22 and, you know, giving us Drea gate. All right. But when you start to look at the red flags and things, you know, certain things don't just give you a little bit of pause, Jennifer. You know, Jennifer seems to be so sweet. For so whatever reason, Jennifer wants to be married. She wants to be that. Okay. And so it just seems like she just, the men that she ends up with her, you know, it just seems like it don't be working out right, you know, and it just is sad because she seems like she's a very sweet person, and I sure would hate to see her get caught up in another one, because after Tim, there was another man, I think that was tripping. I can't think of his name, and now we on this one, and it's just like, girl, maybe it's just, I have to be telling folks, and maybe it's time for you to just concentrate on Jennifer, okay? Because Jennifer got to be closer to my age. I know she's close to Evelyn's age, and I think Evelyn is in like her late 40s, you know. So, it's just like 30 years old is you do what you want to do. Okay, they're an adult and everything, but when you start heaping all of this other shit on top of it, it's just like, yeah, maybe we need somebody to sit down with old Jen and be like, girl, you sure this what you want? Okay, now she seems to be happy. She seems to be happy. And who am I to deny a woman of happiness? Okay, I want all motherfuckers to be in love. I can still love y'all, but I just want folks to be smart about it. Because I sure would hate to hear. I mean, he just sounded a little sketchy to me. Okay, if you guys watching the Basketball Wives show this season, you guys let me know, like, what is the word, what they talking about old boy there, because I kind of feel like this is probably a result of the show, but maybe not. Okay, but somebody asked me to talk about it, so that's what I'm doing. So y'all just let me know what you think about old Christian Gold. Do you believe that he's legit, or is this just another man that's about to give Jennifer the blues? All right, you guys, that is it on this video here. Let me order my food real quick so when I finish the second one, it'll be ready. Okay, we do this every single week, so make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and make sure you come back. Oh, you guys like my new wig? I kept on saying, Roxanne, you gotta say something. Yeah, I've been having it for a minute. I just hadn't worn it because I was not sure. I was scared because I was like, Roxanne, are you really one of those girls that wear a braided wig? So there's this girl on Instagram. Her name is Wigs by Gaga. I've been following her for a couple of years because I was like, once I ever decide to fully bite the bullet and buy a braided wig, I'm gonna buy it from hers, because I felt like her wigs look pretty realistic. Okay, and so a couple of weeks ago, I was just like, I just really wish I could get braids, but y'all know these old struggly ass edges. Actually, my edges are a little bit better, but they not strong enough to take braids, especially around, well, they're strong enough in the crown and the back of my hair, but the front of my hair is just not strong enough. The minute I grow my edges in good, you know, then I always go and get braids and it pulls the shit out. So I'm trying to avoid doing that, you know. So I bit the bullet and I went on and bought, she had a ready to ship wig, which was the reason why I got this, because I normally would have just bought a black wig, but I wanted something right away. So it was great. I got two, you know, I had asked them before I purchased, I said, so it's ready to ship, so when is it going out? And she said 2 to 3 business days. And sure enough, on the 3rd business day, I got a tracking number and that damn wig was here 2 days later. Okay, so I've had the wig and I just been putting it on. This is a full lace wig, but it's box braids, and you know, it's cute. I still got to learn how to do frontals and shit, so I'm not going to lift it up and let y'all see what's happening on these sides, you know. But once I can figure it out, I need Jada to help me and shit, but once I figure it out, I'm very pleased with the wig, you guys. Very pleased. Now, it was not cheap. It definitely was not an Amazon priced wig, you know, braided wigs that they have. It was a miniature investment. You know, I paid more for wigs, but, and, you know, I just wanted to let you guys know, I do love my wig, and it's 36 inches and it's braided all the way down. And the reason why I went to Wigs by Gaga is because she's very neat. Like, her braids all look very neat. And again, I love the fact that her braids are braided all the way down. I hate seeing braids that are not braided all the way down, that are supposed to be braided all the way down. So it's different if you have hair that's supposed to be loose and curly on the ends or something. But when you just have braids and the shit is just not braided all the way, that gets on my nerves. It gets on my nerves. So that was the main reason why I just love the fact that she was neat and tedious, and it seemed like all of her wigs, you know, I've seen plenty of hundreds of videos of her actually braiding the hair, so I knew that it was really her doing it, a legitimate company and everything. And so yeah, that's how we came about, y'all. So it's been interesting though, because at work, you know, everybody is so used to me wearing wigs and stuff, and I haven't worn a braid. I haven't worn braids in forever, but yeah, I like the little look. Like I said, I still got to work on the edges and shit, but y'all, it ain't bad. It ain't bad. Y'all see that? I think that's some of the hair. It came with baby hairs and shit, but I don't know what to do with them. Oh, they just kind of doing something under here. Anyway, y'all, that's it. I wanted to make sure I put that in here before I went on, just in case you guys was going to be asking. But yeah, it's a wig, y'all. Do it look wiggy? That was the main reason why I was afraid, because I was like, Roxanne, I don't care if people know I wear wigs and everything, but I don't want it to look wiggy. Okay? So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. Anyway, I'm gonna get on off of here. Make sure you come back. Did I ask you guys that already? Until next time, Roxstars.